stood on Cape Cornwall in the sun's evening glow. On Tune Hill at Newland to watch the fishing fleets go. Watch the sheep wheels at Kiva as they spun around, and heard the men singing as they go underground. And no one will ever move me from this land until the Lord calls me to sit at his hand. For this is my Eden, and I'm not alone. For this is my Cornwall, and this is my home.
My name is Daniel Gilbert, locally known as Dan the Lobster Man. I've been fishing nearly all my life between this and the offshore industry, and now I'm back full-time fishing in Cornwall.
Vessels are to navigate with caution in this area. The coast got out.
You leave the harbour first thing in the morning, and you leave everything behind you. You leave your missus, your children, your mortgage, all your debts, all the worries of life, and you just get to go and be yourself for a few hours. That's it. That's how much I love fishing. It's a way of life, it's not a job. Wake up every day happy that I'm a fisherman. We're part of something, I think, in Cornwall that's slowly being eroded away and dying. Over probably the last 10 to 15 years, I've noticed it more and more. It's history that's being eroded. I think it's culture that's being eroded. And I'm more than fully aware that we're part of a dying community. a lot of people have to move away. They're forced to move away because there's nothing here for them. I might be one of the last to actually be able to afford to be a fisherman. They've already got rid of mining in Cornwall. Okay, all they need to do now is get rid of the fishing industry, and they've got what they want. You know, everybody has to, you know, work on a computer or do building and so on and so on. And I personally, I don't think it's fair. You know, we need to encourage the small village mentality. And that's why people come to Cornwall. People come to Cornwall for the love of Cornwall. And the more we can do to get the message out there, obviously, to say we don't want it changed, and we don't want people coming and changing it. What we want is just people to come and enjoy Cornwall for what it is, like, you know. We have a history, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years of history. You can't beat that. Soon there won't be history for Cornwall. There'll be myths and legends.
Okay, up on that.
Culture of fishing is that you're hunting. You're hunting. You're trying to. It's a freedom. It's a freedom of your own destiny. Yeah.
You hear my message?
No, I don't know. My phone just turned on.
What
Yeah.
do you think this one?
Have you got it?
Yeah.
Well, why don't you give? Like I say, give Karen money. She'll order it for you. You'll arrive at the office. And fishing's not massive money. Fishing's like going gambling. Fishing is like going to the bookies. I don't know. I go through weeks of bad times with this boat, and then it all gets forgotten about if you have one good week fishing. You know, the fishing industry itself used to be the hub of everybody's income in the village. It's such a burden now to take anybody to try and introduce them into the fishing industry. You'll be lucky if 25% of people that come into the industry actually make it and carry on doing it. You know, you'll be very lucky if it's 25%. I think that's probably being very generous. Probably changing month by month, year by year. It's changing massively. When I was born and raised in this place, it was all local people, you know. And Newlyn, to be honest with you, is one of the only fishing ports that still is a majority of local people. But the likes of Mousehole, well, that's not a fishing port anymore. It's now. Oh, I don't even know anybody over there. My family come from Mousehole. It's crazy. I know a few fishermen that live there now, and even some of the local fishermen have had to buy homes in Newlyn or at the outskirts of Newlyn because they can't afford the prices in Mousehole. My daughter's 18 years old. I think she'll be living at home with me until I die, because there's no way she can afford to get a mortgage. It's impossible. there's nothing you can do about it. It is what it is. It is what it is. You can't change, you know. Fishing's not about culture or experience or opportunities these days. It's about money. Everything's about money. It's all about money. How much money you got? All right. It's a problem because there's the generations are getting the amount of involvement of generations below me. They're getting less and less. I can put it. I'm probably not worded right. The amount of people in each generation with the want to do this job is getting less and less and less every year.
You come in here after me, go leader. Buy some food. Leader.
You winding me up, you are. You need your dinner?
Yeah, my lighter.
I love to come down, and it feels like a second home, and beautiful beaches, nice weather. Yeah, love it.
I mean, just look at it, it's perfect, isn't it? The seaside, all the small coves, we visit most of them. We've been coming for how many years?
Over 40 years.
Over 40 years.
I think the beaches is the main attraction. There's a lot of nostalgia involved as well, obviously, after sort of turning up over the years. So it's quite I think it's probably one of the best locations in the UK to sort of come for a sort of beachy holiday.
It's somewhere we both really love, my wife and I, so we always come here.
We love it. We think we've left and gone to another country, and we'd love to retire down here.
Second homes and things, it just pushed the house prices up ridiculously. I mean, it's a shame. From the youngsters you want to train, they ain't going to be coming to sea to earn their livelihood. Well, if they are, they can't afford at that age where they should be moving out home to buy their own houses. They ain't going to be earning enough fishing to subsidise that step in life. So it's all got a knock-on effect.
People are moving to Cornwall for the Cornish way of life, but you're pushing the Cornish people out. These people want to be Cornish. They moved here for a reason. But for me, I think the people that come down and are desperate to fit in and want to change it, that's kind of the people that I disagree with. I'm really hoping that we can get the message out there, people can see it, and we can make those changes to make it good for our children and for our grandchildren again, hopefully.
I stood on the cliff top in a westerly blow and heard the waves thunder on the rocks far below, and no one will ever move me from this land until the Lord calls me to sit at his hand. For this is my Eden, and I'm not alone. For this is my Cornwall, and this is my home. first thing in the morning on Chapel Cornwall, and gaze at the sailies in the blue far away. For this is my Cornwall, and I'll tell you why. Because I was born here, and here I shall die, and no one will ever move me from this land until the Lord calls me to sit at his hand. For this is my Eden, and I'm not alone. For this is my Cornwall, and this is my home.